Well, good afternoon and welcome to the RFL YouTube channel for today's excellent broadcast here. It's the Women's National Championship final. We're here at the Alexandra Stadium in Birmingham. This, of course, was a host venue for the Commonwealth Games just a couple of years ago, and it's a resplendent venue, brilliant setting for what is the first match of its kind. So we've got the London Broncos, who have won the Southern Championship for the last 2 years consecutively, against the Leigh Leopards side, who have been unbowed in all games this season as far as the league are concerned. So we will have a look through the teams in the next couple of minutes, but that's the trophy that everybody's playing for, and it's a chance to play against a Super League side next week for the team, or for a chance to go playing in Super League next year. We'll have a look at the two team lists, starting off with the London Broncos. They've got Lauren Mueller at fullback, Emily Bell, Nicole Kennedy, Katie Wallace and Rebecca Smart amongst the backline. Halfbacks are Gemma King and Courtney Treco. In the front row, it's Ellie Hunt-Payne, Polly Roberts and Emily Hughes. Back row is Jazz Rampton, Ellie Taylor, Catherine Salter, and a bench that features Iona McCusker, Rebecca Kemble, Siobhan Longdon-Hughes and Chloe Alcorn. And that's the head coach, Colin Baker. And then looking at the Leigh lineup, they have Hattie Douglas at full-back. Look out for her. She's certainly on a free scoring streak this season. Torrin Blackwood, Charlotte Melville, Molly Young and Becky Greenfield are in the back line. And then in halfbacks, it's Rihanna Burke and Leah Morris. In the front row, Kira McCosh, Kate Howard and Mairead Quinn. A back row that features Claire Collins, Storm Cobain and Grace Hill. And a bench that features Lucy Johnson, Kim Seddon, Eleanor Dainty and Claire Mullaney for head coach Kieran Purtle. So we're in the build up to this one. We're just a couple of minutes away from the start of proceedings here. Our match referee is Adam Williams, touch judges Lewis O'Brien and Innes Arnold. Hopefully we don't have to mention them too much in the game. We know that we're having a good one if we're not mentioning any match officials. And I'm delighted to be alongside none other than St Helens and England international Leah Burke. Leah, welcome to Birmingham.
Yes, hello everybody. It's great to be here, watching the game and commentating on it.
Got to say as well, you know, have you ever had the opportunity to commentate on your sister? So your sister's wearing 6 for Leigh today, isn't she?
No, never had the opportunity. Obviously, I watch all the games, but never had the opportunity to talk about her whilst playing. So,
and then, so I want to come to you for what your thoughts are regarding, you know, this Leigh lineup today and who you think we should be looking out for.
Yeah, I think it's a strong Leigh lineup. They've got some big, fast runners. So they've got Hattie at fullback, who's scored 24 tries this year. And then the centres are strong with Charlotte Melvin and Molly Young, who have set out plenty of tries this year. And Charlotte Melvin is the top point scorer for Leigh. But yeah, they've got some strong forwards as well. So hopefully they'll be punching holes and creating the space for the backs. Now,
certainly, I think as I was going through the teams, previously my favourite named player in Rugby League has been Steele Retchless, who played for London Broncos many years ago for the men's side. I've got a new favourite name. Ellie Hunt-Payne playing in the front row. I think that's a perfect name for a front rower.
Yeah, it is. I think that is the perfect name for a prop forward. Hunt-Payne, I don't think you can want to look for anything more.
And other players to look forward to seeing from a London point of view: fullback Lauren Mueller, winger Emily Bell, who was very dominant in the recent grand final they played against the Cardiff Demons, and Catherine Salter, a Wales international, amongst the back row. So both sides taking the field. London resplendent in black with red flashes, and then Leigh with the red and black leopard print. Black numbers on the back of the Leigh shirts. Let's hope that we can get as many of those right as we can.
Yeah, let's hope so.
And the match officials take their place on the field as well. So yeah, I mentioned there's got to be nerves, isn't there? Because I mean, this is a big game. It's the first of its kind. It's never been done before this, has it?
Yeah, it is a really big game, and I think London and Leigh have never played each other before, so I think they'll both be a bit not knowing what each other brings, so it should be an exciting game to watch.
They've certainly never played against each other 13 on 13. I think they did play in the nines against each other a couple of years ago at one of the grading events that was at Warrington, you know. But other than that, you're quite right, they haven't come across each other, so I don't know what we're going to get. This is the beauty, I suppose, of being able to commentate on a game like this.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a bit unknown for us commentators and people watching, so I think it's going to be a great game of rugby, and hopefully both teams put in a good performance.
So Melvin is preparing to kick us off. As Leah mentioned, been in free scoring form this season, 21 tries, 97 goals. I mean, wow, that's certainly involved, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and I think she'll hopefully be looking for maybe number 100 today, so we'll see what happens.
So, Adam Williams blows the game on, and away we go. Mid-range start to the game, caught on the full by London Broncos, who took it in first of all. I think it was Gemma King who caught that one. In at dummy half is Polly Roberts, darting down the right-hand side. Tackle comes in, it's a good one. So first use of possession for the London Broncos. Again, sensible play out of dummy half, just settling the side down. I think that's Nicole Kennedy who took that run. And then Mueller gets rid of the first tackler, makes a couple of metres beyond contact as well, and he's put down near the halfway line, directly in the centre of the field. Roberts picks up, then sends it to the right-hand side. Solid run from Kennedy again. Netherlands international. And you were saying she's got family in the women's NRL?
Yeah, I think so. I think one of her sisters does play for West Tigers over there. So, yeah, good pedigree for them all.
So the kick goes downfield, and it's taken by Hattie Douglas. Douglas making that break. Almost getting through at the first point of possession. 15 metres away from the line. Played it directly in the middle of the field. Again, Blackwood drifting across field, tackled by 2. Last one to get up is Katie Wallace. Now it's run forward again. Solid early contact in this one, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think contact's important in the first sets of the game, and setting that level, that standard.
And there's Marie Quinn, Irish international and the skipper of this Leigh Leopard side. Plays it just inside her own 40-metre line. Oh, and then it's spilled, unfortunately, by Grace Hill. Picked up in a flash by London Broncos, who start the counter-attack. And the 30 metres away. Offload comes in there from Ellie Taylor. The working play down that right-hand side, and it's a good tackle on Rebecca Smart out there. Now it's brought back towards the middle. Nice little link-up play, again involving Taylor. Taylor tackled on that 10-metre line by 2 Leigh players. Just to the right-hand side of the post. Picked up by Roberts, who then sends it left, and it goes through a couple of pairs of hands before it gets to Treco. Treco taking the line on, offloading as well amidst the traffic. Eventually, Leigh catch up with her, and Kira McCosh comes up with the stop. 12 metres away from the line. London Broncos applying the early pressure here, sending the ball down the right-hand side, using half-back Gemma King. King tackled 9 metres away from the line. She'll play this ball to Roberts once more, who'll turn it to her left now. And it's another solid hit up by Ellie Taylor. Oh, where's this one going to go? High up in the air. We've got a swirling breeze around this stadium. Or are they going down the right-hand side? Yes, they are. They're going through hands. It's offloaded brilliantly. And they've scored at the corner. Well, that was brilliant, to be fair, from London Broncos. Lovely hands. Rebecca Smart sneaking her way in at the edge there.
Yeah, great start from London there. Just finishing the set through hands, and scoring in the corner. So great start from London.
A try that comes just a couple of minutes in, and let's just see how this eventuated. So it's a lovely little hands here, wasn't it? And then the offload, she was able to drag 2 defenders into it, wasn't she, Nicole Kennedy, an offload?
Yeah, she was. I think they spotted the numbers short on that blind side there for Leigh. So great spot from London, and a good offload into that nice big gap for London, and scoring in the corner.
So 4-0 in favour of the London Broncos. I suppose it just shows the value of being able to hold on to the ball, because unfortunately Leigh spilled it, didn't they, about 25-30 metres away from their own line. And at this level, and certainly the next level, you get punished if you drop the ball. Yeah,
definitely. They invited London into good ball set then from where they knocked it on. Leigh didn't manage to get over the halfway line, and London took that opportunity and finished it off.
So it's going to be Salter to attempt the conversion from way out wide. 20 goals for her in the league campaign this season. Broncos admittedly in a much smaller division than the Leopards. Difficult opportunity, this one. She strikes it right-footed, gives it a huge thump, drifts it across the face of the uprights, but I think she'll be buoyed with that and knows that with perhaps just a slightly better accuracy, she'll do much better next time.
Yeah, definitely. I think the winds really helped that kick there. Just shy of the posts, but yeah, I'm sure she'll be wanting to get it next time.
And we're just seeing the long version of that try. It really was good hands, that, wasn't it, from Nicole Kennedy. Just kept the ball high up and invited the defence to her and had the strength to get the ball away.
Yeah, it really was. It was a very good offload once the defender had come in and just passed it to a winger in open space.
So the game's underway again beneath us. Once again, it's Smart who's attacking the Leigh line, makes a good 5-6 metres and wins the penalty as well. There was high contact there, according to our match official. So it's a penalty just 30 metres away from their own line. Treco takes command. It's the main field kicker for this Broncos side. Canadian international as well, and once upon a time also represented England Community Lions. It's great when you see players progressing all the way through, isn't it, to the different levels that are available in this sport. Yeah,
it really is. There's so many opportunities now in the women's game, so it's great to be able to see some international players on this pitch today.
Dare I say it, do you think Leigh have been a little bit shell-shocked by this start? Because I mean, they're sitting inside their own 30 now, aren't they, waiting for this penalty?
I think the games that I've watched this year, they have started a little bit slower. I think they've always want to start from minute 1, but I think Leigh just take a little bit to get into the game, so I think they'll just be trying to settle this and keep hold of the ball once they get it.
They really fancy that right-hand side attack, don't they? Taylor making some really good ground to get just 10 metres away from the line. Picked up by Roberts, who sends it into the middle. Salter, soft hands, brings on Emily Hughes. And Hughes tackled 5 metres shy of the line, just in front of the post. It's again kept close, and there is Hunt Payne charging for the line, tackled by 3 players there. They just about hold her up. There's a real opportunity here for London Broncos, and the ball just scrappily reaches Mueller, but she manages to pick up and go again, angles herself towards the post. She'll play it on the last tackle, and Roberts will put this ball left to Treco. Treco drops it back over her shoulder. They're keeping it alive thanks to Katie Wallace, and then it comes down this left hand side, stuttering run forward. Leigh seems to have coped with it, and Jazz Rampton will be forced to hand over just 2 metres away from the line. Leigh coped with that defence just about, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and I think that's a good place for London to turn the ball over there. Leigh have to get out of that bottom corner and go all the way up the field for some good field position. So yeah, good set from London.
I can imagine this being quite a demoralising place to turn over, because you look up and you're suddenly thinking that line at the other end's a long way away, and you've got a chance of making an error like Leigh have just done.
Yeah, you have, and like Leigh have just knocked that on the first tackle, so going to have some more goal line defence here, but yeah, I'm sure London will be up for this set.
Almost 8 minutes gone in this game, and I bet 6 of those minutes have been spent with us looking towards the left-hand side of the pitch, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. I don't think Leigh have been over the halfway line. I think London have been playing in their side of the pitch the whole game. So yeah.
Interesting attacking lineup. They could go either way from the scrum. Treco to feed, comes out of the base. Roberts hands on. It's a solid run from Nicole Kennedy.
Great tackle there from Molly Young.
It forced the error as well, didn't it? Great work. And Molly Young is certainly a player that has settled into this Leopards lineup, isn't she, over recent weeks?
Yeah, she has. She had a massive injury and she was out all last season, so I think she's really grown into this season. I think she's been playing very well, and she does what a centre has to do, and sets a winger up for lots of tries.
Howard handing the ball in field. I think that's McCosh who's running forward there. Stop just over 30 metres, or just less than 30 metres away from her own line. Again bringing it through the middle. Big solid surge. Hunt Payne coming up with the tackle. Howard looking left and right. Referee's patience holding despite the moans from the touchlines. Here's Dogus running forward. Good run from her. I really like the way that she can skip through the tackle. She's strong for such a small girl, isn't she?
Yeah, I think she is. She generally beats the first defender, so that's always good. As your fullback, you want to make ground.
Last tackle in this set. Leigh just over the halfway line. Howard plays it into the middle. Kick comes in from Leah Morris. It's high up in the air. It's allowed to bounce by the Broncos. Leah putting an excellent chase on it. It's come back in favour of the Leopards. They've smuggled it down the left-hand side. Can they get their way over? No, the scramble has just about got there. And well played to Lauren Mueller to getting across there.
Yeah, it was a good kick chase there from Leigh, and a kick's is only as good as its chase, so it's a good place to turn the ball over, and London now have to do what Leigh have just done and come out of their own half.
And I feel like I'm going to say the same thing that I did before about looking up and suddenly you're a long way away from where you want to be, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely, and I think this is where your defence needs to be strong and try and not let them gain as many metres as you want them to for both teams.
So 10 minutes of the game gone, 4 points to nil to London Broncos. If you're just joining us, this is the National Championship final in the women's game. The winner of this game goes on to play against Featherstone Rovers next week in a prelude to the Women's Super League Grand Final for either who goes up or who comes down out of Super League. So interesting affairs. The first one of its kind is this game, and the ball to be played by Hughes. Roberts sends it right. They are using Ellie Taylor an awful lot in these early stages, aren't they? She's really notching up the stats.
Yeah, she is. She's gaining a lot of metres when she's carrying the ball.
And Salter on the last, kicks downfield. Oh, well pouched there by Greenfield, who launches the attack. Vastly experienced player is Becky Greenfield. I remember commentating on her a few times when she was playing for Wigan, and when Wigan actually won the Women's Super League a few years ago.
Yeah, she has. She's got a lot of experience, Becky, and she's joined Leigh this season, and I think she's been playing really well, and she looks like she's enjoying playing.
Forward come the Leopards. Dugas just slipping the ball out. Lovely play down the right-hand side, but the ball just went loose. Drifted ever so slightly in front of Charlotte Melvin, which meant that her attempted pass ended up going to ground. But that's the danger of this Leigh side, isn't it? They have got pace and they've been used to using the flanks.
Yeah, they are. They have got free flowing from rugby, and they do want to get it out wide when they can, and they're not scared of passing the ball. But obviously, sometimes the errors come, but you don't get the rewards if you don't push the pass sometimes.
I think the Broncos will be quite relieved at that, to be honest. They didn't quite go to hand.
Yeah, I think so. I think there was gaps in front of the Leigh team then. So yeah, I think London will be happy with this outcome.
There is one of the Broncos who's being patched up out wide. This is why we had the initial delay. But referee said, well, it's not a head injury. We're going to continue, and this is why we've got this run coming in, and a powerful surge as well from Wallace to get over the halfway line. She'll look to play this to Bell. Bell will pick up from dummy half. She's running towards her wing position. She looks a strong running character as well, doesn't she, Bell?
Yeah, she does. I think this London team do have a lot of athletes in it. So, yeah, the runs are coming in thick and fast.
Wallace with another good run. Excellent tackle, by the way, from the Leopards. And Storm Cobain in particular, down this right side. An Ireland international herself. 25 metres away from the line, London Broncos. Roberts picked up out of dummy half now. Sparks the attack. It's juggled. Then the tackle comes in just over that 20 metre line, directly in front of the post. Last tackle signalled here by our referee, Mr. Williams. This ball will be run forward by Roberts, who then offloads. I think she was on a slightly different playbook to all the teammates there, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so. I think she was trying to catch the Leigh defence out there, but yeah, I don't think her own players was expecting it.
I quite like that from a dummy half, though, you know, to be attacking and to sort of spot that, because there was a bit of space behind, wasn't there, in all fairness?
Yeah, there was. Sometimes the markers tend to switch off, so that's where the space opens up. Sometimes I think that's what she was trying to do.
Quinn with a solid hit up, wins the penalty as well, head-high contact. That's like manna from heaven for Leigh, who, to be honest, haven't spent that much time in the Broncos half so far. So, this looks like it's going to be tapped. I think this maybe says something about the nature of the breeze around this ground, doesn't it? That she didn't feel perhaps as confident to go for the touchline.
Yeah, definitely. I think you need to look which way the wind's blowing, and I can't quite see
which
way it is going. There's no flag, so yeah.
Quinn setting the lead again for the Leopards, tackled by 3, forced back towards that 40 metre line in her own half of the field. 14 minutes gone here, 4 points to nil to London Broncos. Surge forward once more, but that's some great defence in the middle from London Broncos. All the metres that Leigh gained, they've lost them.
Yeah, it is. They got plenty of numbers in that tackle then, and was driving the Leigh player back. So, yeah, good defence from London.
Howard goes to her right. Will it open up? Well, not with tackling like that from Treco. Leigh really struggling to get forward momentum going at the moment. Howard to Mairead Quinn. Quinn crosses the halfway line. That's better. No loss of ground on that occasion. Over the halfway line on the last tackle. What's the kick chase going to be like on the end of this one? Morris gets her kick away. Oh, it'll hold up in the breeze. Well taken by the try scorer Smart. And that's a decent kick return as well. Bursting into the backfield over the 40, heading towards halfway. Brilliant movement from the winger. And Leigh are on the back foot. Quick play of the ball too. Nicole Kennedy beats a couple of players, offloads brilliantly. It's coming down this left-hand side now. Ellie Hunt-Payne passing the ball out to Rampton. Rampton getting over the 20-metre line. Oh, they're looking lively in this set now.
Yeah, they are. They're gaining so many metres each carry, London. Yes, they're looking excited to play.
Hunt-Payne with the drive over the 10-metre mark. Roberts has Salter for company, doesn't use it, takes it on herself, takes it all the way and scores the try as well. Brilliant work out of dummy half. She's shown her ways a couple of times, hasn't she? And with the way that she likes to attack from dummy half, and she was so quick and out of the blocks there, and she's come up with the second try. Yeah,
she has. I think she spotted a gap and thought, I'm going for it, and she's backed herself there and got over the try line.
And again, just look at it. The two Leigh players were completely out of the way, out of the equation there, which allowed a bit of a free run. And it's always difficult to stop somebody when they've got that sort of momentum, isn't it? Yeah, there is. And I think a nice cue when the markers are down is to jump. And that was a great option there on the try line. And she was strong enough to manage to evade them defenders and get over and score the try. So currently it's the Broncos who are flying 8-0, 16 minutes of the game gone. A second attempt on goal from Catherine Salter. So the referee just holding the game up, going to check on the injury of the London Bronco who's down. I always wonder sometimes, when you've got stoppages like this, I mean, nobody likes to see players injured by any stretch of the imagination, but that can have a bit of a mental impact, can't it, on a game? Yeah, I think so. I think stoppages are obviously needed if players are injured, but I think at this situation there, obviously, they've scored a try, so I don't think this will impact on either team too much with that small stoppage there, but she looks like she's back up now on her feet and running it off. It was the centre on this left side, Katie Wallace, who was getting patched up, and as Leah said, attempting to now run it off. Meanwhile, Salter with this conversion attempt just to the left-hand side of the post. These are the sort of kicks that make me nervous, because as a kicker, you're almost expected to get them, aren't you? Yeah, I think there's always lots of pressure on the kicker. So, yeah, you get expected, but sometimes it's just the accuracy's not there. And that's one of those occasions. Maybe she thought about it too much. Maybe, but yeah, I think kickers have such a tough job once there's a lot of expectation on a kicker, and yeah, there's lots of pressure, so it's whoever deals with it the best. 8-0 in favour of the Broncos, and I just want to have a look again just at this run that set up the play. I mean, this was brilliant from Smart, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. She spotted the gap. She saw the Leigh defence not chasing as a line, and when you don't chase as a line, there's always gaps. So she did really well to evade them defenders and gain lots of metres. You'd be proud of that sort of kick return yourself, wouldn't you? Yeah, definitely. I think that's your job as a winger or a fullback, to just start the set well as get your team on the front foot. And I've got to say, they seem to keep kicking towards Smart as well. You think that they might learn to put it somewhere else? Yeah, maybe. I don't know if they've recognised that yet. So, yeah, we'll see how that unfolds. See how it eventuates. We're approaching the second quarter of the game. It's been all Broncos so far. They're still in possession, up near the halfway line now. Roberts operating dummy half, picking up. In fact, it's actually Wallace who's picked up at a dummy half. I do apologise. So she makes about 6 or 7 metres. This is Roberts. Sends it left. Solid hit up from Hunt-Payne. Makes a couple of metres beyond contact as well. Last tackle, they're just over 25 metres away from the line. Goes into the arms of Salter. Salter, that's a sensible kick out towards Greenfield, who positioned herself brilliantly. And now Becky Greenfield starts the counter-attack of her own. And he's met by a lovely kick chase.
Yeah, that was a great kick chase from London, and they've just got numbers in that tackle and not let Greenfield gain that many metres from that kick return.
Do you think there's a chance of maybe like an early kick here or something? Because they've been spending an awful lot of time in their own half, Leigh. Do you think they need to mix it up or just...
Yeah, I think so, and I think they just need to recognise if the wingers are dropping back with the fullback, or try and get some gain some open space with the kicking game so they can chase hard and try and keep London in their own half.
Certainly hasn't looked like there's been much open space for Leigh to exploit so far. It's been a clinical performance both with and without the ball from the Broncos in this first 20 minutes. Still Leigh trying to get ahead of steam up now. Put down near the halfway line. Just looking at Lucy Johnson has gone onto the field. She's just to the side there as the ball comes right. Kick comes in from Melvin. It'll bounce. Bell takes it comfortably on her own 30-metre line. Tries to put the brakes on and ends up getting hit really well by Melvin, who was chasing the kick like something possessed then.
Yeah, that was a great kick chase from her own kick, and yeah, I think London wasn't expecting that, and she just took a little bit too long to grab hold of that ball. That's
another really good run from Mueller. What I am noticing with these outside backs for London, who are carrying really, really strongly, they're quite upright in the way that they run. So any sort of contact, which is you're risking giving away a penalty, aren't you? Which has happened there.
Yeah, I think so. I think Leigh just needs to be a little more disciplined here on this set.
Salter inside the Leigh half of the field. It's another set of 6 in favour of the Broncos. Forward comes Nicole Kennedy. Chalks up another 10 metres to her name. Out of dummy half is fellow centre Wallace. Oh, and she breaks the first tackle, looks for the offload. They're charging forward, and that's Rebecca Kemble with her first run. Kemble just in front of the post. Ball comes to this left-hand side. The pass looked a little suspect. They've got over the line. And that's a really good challenge in the end. But Ellie Hunt-Payne went ever so close to scoring then.
Yeah, she did. I think she just backed herself and thought, I'm running as hard as I can here and trying to get over that try line. But Leigh did really well to hold her up there.
Again, the Broncos on the front foot. Roberts, short pass there for Campbell. Campbell within 2 metres of the line, just to the left of the post as you can see. Roberts, wide pass to the right. Good link-up play. Little drop-off ball for Kennedy, who surges forward. Oh, she's ever so close to that line. Just about pushed back in the field of play. Last tackle signalled here. Danger on the right-hand side. They go that way again. It's a great tackle from Greenfield up top to stop the offload. Oh, breathless rugby.
Yeah, Greenfield did really well there because she was really short on numbers on that short side there, and I think London spotted that. And yeah, they nearly scored from it, but yeah, Greenfield did really well to defend that.
And I know I've mentioned about Douglas not being so big. Greenfield's not very big either, is she? So she had to make herself as big as possible to come up with that stop.
Yeah, she's not that tall, but she is strong. So yeah, she did well there.
Eleanor Dainty winning the penalty there for Leigh. First hit up from Dainty. And she's been good coming off the bench this season, hasn't she, Eleanor?
Yeah, she has, and I think as your props coming off the bench, you just want to keep that momentum going that the starting props made. So I think Eleanor's made some great runs and brings the energy from the bench.
If there is a positive from this first 23 minutes from a Leigh point of view, what do you think that is at the minute? The fact that it's just 8-0.
Yeah, I think so. I think they can be happy with some of the one-on-one tackles, but I think they just need to reduce the missed tackles and then just try and keep this momentum going. I think over halfway now, so see how this set unfolds.
Yeah, it was another solid run from Quinn, that was, as Howard shuffles it left. Nice pass out to that left-hand side from Johnson. Oh, and then here is Douglas with the run up to the 20-metre line, just pushed back. She found herself in a bit of space there, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. I think that was Leah, the halfback there. She just got her hands on the ball and saw the gap and thought, I'm going to go for it.
Morris, that's an interesting kick out to this right side. Oh, it's juggled by Bell. takes it in the end, but a great kick chase traps London inside their own 10-metre zone. Mueller has done well from this sort of position, bringing the ball out. There's no fear there at all as she charges at the Leigh middle. And once again, these are simple plays from London, but it's getting them tons of metres, isn't it? So they've done 2 quick play the balls and running and getting the backs in there before Salter takes over and offloads brilliantly there. And here's Kennedy, 1-on-1 with Douglas. Douglas comes up with the stop, helped out there by Claire Collins. Quick play the ball, however. The flooding forward again, London Broncos attacking down this left-hand side. Getting to the edge of the 20-metre line on the last tackle. Treco, ball to the middle. Salter goes to the air. Crossfield kick, which will be taken by Greenfield at the second time of asking. She's in behind her own line. There's no way for her to go. It's going to be a dropout from under the posts. And another really good set that for London.
Yeah, it is. That was a great set from London. They came all the way from their 10-metre line and finished it and ended with a goal line dropout. So they'll get the ball back here.
25 minutes of the game gone now. Leigh just catching their breath. It's been a breathless opening to the game as far as they're concerned. Broncos will be so happy with what they've been doing in the first 25 minutes, won't they?
Yeah, they will. I think Broncos have brought the energy, and that looks like their game plan, just to kill the game with speed. And I think that's what they're doing here, and just trying to get quick rucks and catch Leigh off guard. I
think they seem a little bit more enthusiastic than Leigh as well, just in some of these initial runs like this. You know, it's like, to be honest, Hunt Payne started that run about 10 metres further back from where she actually took the ball. She just wanted it, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. And I think when you run on the ball like that, you are going to gain metres.
Oh, and there's a chance down this left-hand side. Solid defence from Leigh. Just about holding Katie Wallace at bay. Iona McCasker passing in field. Oh, I tell you what, they went close to getting a try there, but that's good defence from Leigh. If London Broncos can somehow get the ball outside the post, there's loads of space out there. Treco slipping the ball out. Oh, it's been taken in by Milani. Uses all her experience there to drop on that ball.
Yeah, she did. I think when you're defending your goal line, it's really important to get as high as you can, get up to that 10-metre line and try and force the errors from London, who was attacking there. And I think that's what Leigh did then, put the pressure on them, and London came up with the error.
And as a former teammate, obviously you know Claire pretty well. You know, what will she bring now she's on the field?
Yeah, I think Claire's been playing for a long time. I think she brings that experience and that leadership in this group of Leigh girls, and yeah, she'll just take them first carries and take them big hits. So I think that's good coming off the bench.
I mean, that's a useful comment as well, because there's so many of this Leigh side that are in the teens still, isn't there? You know, it's a really young side.
Yeah, I think it is. I think Leigh have got a young side, but yeah, I think there's a range of ages in this team, but yeah, mostly on the younger side. So I think I don't want to say older players, but they'll bring the experience in this game, and I think that's what they need at this point in the game.
You know, that's far more tactful than I am, to be honest, Leigh. Well done. Scrum going to be fed by Leigh. Comes out at the base. They'll attack down this right-hand side through Douglas. Tries to skip away from Bell. Oh, almost gets out of that challenge as well. Still inside their own 20-metre line, and she's twisted and I think caused herself a bit of mischief there.
Yeah, she looks in a bit of pain. Hopefully it's nothing too bad.
I think I've decided which way this wind's going, by the way. It seems to be drifting across against the Leigh, so I can understand now why they tapped it in the middle of the field for that penalty about 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I think so, and I think Leigh play at Leigh Minors, and I know that they can't kick when they play in there, so I think that might be the difference in choosing to kick or not, because they're not used to it.
Anyway.
So yeah.
Man, you that said, if you did kick at Leigh Minors, you'd be losing the balls in the canal, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I think that's half the battle.
Yeah, I don't think
anyone's go in somebody's back garden.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's fishing the balls out of the canal. So.
But just an element of how strong that breeze was. I'm looking at one of these blue markers that marks the certain points on the field, and it's been blown a good 2 or 3 metres from where it started off.
Yeah, it has. And I always think when you turn up to a pitch, you always should look where the flags are, but there's no flags here today, so you can't actually see which way the wind is blowing.
Well, Douglas is okay to continue. That's a good sign for Leigh. She's going to play this ball. It gave London Broncos a little bit of a breather as well, just to decide how they're going to go with this set. I'm sure that on their mind wasn't to give away a penalty, which they have done, and this will help Leigh.
Yeah, it should do. Should get start from tackle 1 again, and should gain a few more metres going up this pitch now.
Howard goes to Melvin. Melvin over that 30-metre line. She'll now play it back to Howard, who picks up Dainty. Big surge forward from Dainty, pushing the players back. Nice play of the ball as well. Howard's got a bit of space, exploits it as well. Pinches 10 metres down the middle of the field. It comes to the left off Burke to Milani. Good surge just over that 30-metre line. This is better from Leigh. Good line up down the left-hand side. Excellent link up. And they're over that 20-metre line now. Howard feeds it out to Morris. Morris goes to the left. Oh, they're getting closer. They're getting closer. Can they get their way over the line? It's another big run from Collins. 5 metres out from the line. Last tackle signalled here. Burke taking over, spinning it out wide. There's Douglas, steps 1, slips the ball out. Melvin handing it on. Oh, the ball comes back inside as well. Douglas has it. Douglas dives through. Referee waved all on. There was another set of 6 coming up regardless, and she pierces the line to carry on this great try-scoring run, Leah.
Yeah, that was good from Leigh there. I think they completed the set, and London managed to touch a ball there when the Leigh player offloaded it, and Hattie was first on it, and she managed to score again, so adding another score to a tally this season.
I mean, this was really good play down the left, and to be fair as well, Torian Blackwood did ever so well to pick the ball up, because it wasn't the cleanest of passes out to her either, was it?
Yeah, she really did there. She really did well to pick that ball up, and she knew it was 5th tackle, so I think she wanted to keep the ball alive, and she managed to do that, and yeah, Leigh scored on the back of it.
Now I think of it, I sort of came to you about 10 minutes ago and I said, like, London Broncos would be really, really happy with that, you know, the way that they played. Now 11 minutes later, Leigh have got themselves on the board. Do you think they'll be a little bit upset of how they've conceded that?
I think maybe, yeah. I think London would feel like they should have more points on the board than what they do. I think the way that they started this game has been fast-paced, really strong. So really now Leigh are the ones that should be happy with this scoreline at the minute.
8 minutes till a break. Ground falls silent. Melvin, who kicked 5 goals last week when the Leopards beat Sheffield Eagles 46-6 to clinch the Northern Championship. Can she add to her tally? She's edging towards 100 goals for the season. I love the respect at women's games, to be honest, because everyone falls silent for kicks and things.
Yeah, and something I've never really noticed, to be honest, but yeah, it is. I think it's a big task, like we said before, being the kicker. And
ooh, she gave it chances as well.
Yeah, it was close, but
8 points to 4. But yeah, I think it's just one of those differences, you know, because I mean, I love the atmosphere when you come to women's rugby league matches, because it's very positive. Everything's very positive. Where sometimes you go to a men's game and it's like, win them on side, you know, and suddenly you've got all this, you know, negativity brewing, and there's never any of that at the women's game.
Yeah, I think the women's games, the atmosphere is always great. I think it's lots of families and lots of children that come watching the women's game. So yeah, I think everybody comes for a nice day out and just enjoy the rugby on the pitch. So yeah, women's games are great to go and watch.
London Broncos 8, Leigh Leopards 4. All to play for as we near half-time. So Salter, she's been very prominent as well as far as the Broncos have been concerned this first half. Very influential. Sends a restart long. Oh, it's allowed to bounce. It comes off the knees there of Greenfield, who runs it back with gusto back to that 10-metre mark, but the referee has spotted an infringement, and it's going to be a dropout underneath the post.
I was going to say she did really well there to get her hands out the way, but I'm not sure which part of her body it hit.
Yeah, referee certainly feels like it hit her hands, and it is going to be a dropout from under the post. But I like how nobody reacted. It was only the referee who went forward. So let's have a look at this.
A foot might be in touch. That might be why it's a dropout.
Oh yeah. A trailing foot possibly. Yeah. Possibly a little bit harsh, but here come London. They're not complaining, and certainly not Rebecca Kemble. Good run from Kemble to get inside that 20-metre mark. McCusker picks up out a dummy half, goes to Salter. Salter set herself for the challenge, managed to beat it as well. 5 metres away from the line. Oh, all on waves our match official. Ball comes back to Hunt Payne. Just short of the line. There's an injury there from a Leigh point of view. I think it's McCosh who's down. That was a heavy knock, wasn't it, on McCosh? And she's a tough player as well. Another player with vast experience who's, played internationally for the England Teachers, I think.
Yeah, I think she played for Wales as well.
And Wales,
yeah. So, yeah, she's got the experience there, and I know she used to play for Warrington, so it's great to see her in her Leigh shirt, and, yeah, hopefully she'll be okay.
So, 8 points to 4. A tale of 3 tries. The first one coming 3 minutes in from Smart. The second one coming several minutes later from Roberts, and then Dogus responding for the Leigh just a couple of minutes ago. So, play is going to get back underway. Broncos just short of the line. It comes to the middle, and it's a diving surge forward, and somehow Rebecca Kemble is held up. Well, that is brilliant defence.
Yeah, it is. I think the London players saw Leigh not moving up off the line there and saw a quick gap, and then Leigh did really well to hold that up.
I don't know how they managed to stop that, because all the momentum was with the London Bronco. It comes to this left-hand side. Hunt Payne taking the run. It's a heavy challenge. Comes to the left again with Treco. Treco drops it back over her shoulder for Wallace. Wallace keeps it moving. McCusker drifting across field. Tries to spot a gap. Wasn't really forthcoming. Directly in front of the post. Salter will continue the movement to the right. Good offload. Oh, and ever so close yet again to the line. You know what? She nearly double movemented then, didn't she? Back to the middle it comes. Salter tries a kick. She's whacked it straight at the Leigh player, and then that's really enthusiastic defence from Leigh. They forced her all the way back to the 20.
Yeah, it is, and I think they're like Cobain didn't play at that ball, so it didn't. That's why it didn't go back to 1. So, yeah, it was a great effort from Leigh there to carry on, push them downfield as much as they can, and now they've starting to set on the 20-metre line.
She couldn't do much, could she, really, with the ball being hit at her directly?
No, she couldn't, and when you're just in the way, it just hits you don't play at it. So, yeah, that's what she did there, and did well to just carry on.
So, Greenfield has played that ball. Leigh bringing the ball out of their own end, 35 metres out from their own line. Checking left and right at the ruck. It goes to Milani. Milani grits her teeth, half breaks the line. In fact, it's a full break over the halfway line. Great surge forward. Can Leigh get on the back of this one? Howard brings it right. Alright, Quinn. Another strong run from Quinn. 35 metres out from the line. Dainty will take the next carry. Burke's organising this right-hand attack. Ball comes to her. She keeps it moving. It's a good tackle on Storm Cobain by Treco. But Leigh motoring forward, now 15 metres shy of the line. Attacking down this right side. Forward comes Burke. Oh, she tries to smuggle the ball out. Just about wrapped up. 2 metres shy of the line. Howard goes inside to Dainty. And Dainty will split the line. And I love tries like that from prop forwards.
Great try there. I think Helen was switched on and she just shouted, "It's my ball, I'm going to get over that line." So very good vision from Eleanor there, and good vision from the 9, Kate Howard.
And great work in that set to bring it down this right-hand side. They certainly seem to be having more joy down this right side, don't they, Leigh? Yeah,
I think so. I think they shaped up really well down this right side, and I think they're spotting some London players that aren't necessarily switched on or just not getting off the line. So, yeah, I think it's good vision from Leigh.
And not for the first time, Dainty has said, give me that ball, and charged it forward, and that's a great try there for Dainty.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was a good set. I think the props, the prop forwards carried the ball really strong in the early carries in that set and gained plenty of metres. I think Claire, after that break from Claire Milani, she got them on the front foot and they just played off the back of it.
Now, normally, props don't score that many tries. That's the 9th try of the season. She's prolific this year.
Yeah, that's a great try, and it's a good record for a prop forward to have. So, yeah.
So Melvin with this conversion attempt. It's about 10 metres further in than a previous one. Same side of the field. A face of study, of concentration. In she steps. Oh, it's the post and bounces out. You can't get closer than that.
No, it looked like it was hitting the post and going over, but it just bounced out.
8 points each. And you can't get much closer than the width of a post.
Yeah, inside of the post as well.
In fact, I think that should be worth 3 points. You can't do that. You couldn't aim for that and do that.
I say that if you get us over and it hits the post, you should get a bonus point. So yeah, I agree with you. There's probably some RFL officials saying, Dave, why have you said that? Don't go suggesting any more changes to our game. On the halfway line, London Broncos again, 8 points each. Well, if you'd asked me whether it be this sort of scoreline heading to half time, I'd have disagreed with you. Although these restarts are causing some problems for Leigh. Yeah, they are. Like we said before, the wind is blowing that way, so they're getting plenty of distance on them kicks. So I don't know if.
So it's going to be a dropout from under the post. Now there has been a bit of time added on because of stoppages. I've got that we've got about a minute left. That's what I reckon.
Yeah.
I have been known to be wrong though. And obviously the only guy that counts is the guy in the middle. Mr. Williams has the stopwatch that everybody's looking at.
Yeah, there can't be much longer left in this half now, so.
Oh, I like that one, an ambitious short restart. It does invite London Broncos onto them, but there was a real challenge for that ball potentially. Broncos inside the 20-metre line. It's where they spent a lot of this half, in all honesty. The offload comes in, stepping run forward. Good challenge going in, but it has been penalised, to be honest, from Quinn. A little bit of a high shot, and they're wanting to tap and go, I feel, here, London Broncos. McCusker just waits for the referee to get back in place. Charges over the 10-metre line, veers towards the post. Where's this ball going to go? It'll go to the left. Out to Treco. Treco steps back towards the middle. She really fancies this inside track, doesn't she, Treco? Yeah,
she does. Every time she's stepping off her left foot and then going into the middle.
But then they've gone wide again. Oh, and that's a much better close down there. Again, some great defence there, and it's forced an error too from Nicole Kennedy. Well, that shows that Leigh have learned, doesn't it?
Yeah, it has. I think it's took Leigh a long time to settle into this game, but I think that's where they are now, and Leigh probably won't want half time to come.
It's such a well celebrated error, that one as well, isn't it? I mean, you know, at this sort of stage of the game as well, had a try for London, and your team talk's probably a lot different, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think every win like that should be celebrated. Obviously, how close they are to the try line, I think that is a very good turnover for Leigh there, and London will be disappointed that they've knocked it on in that area of the field.
Here's Douglas attacking from the base of the scrum, spinning through the challenge again. She's won that contact, and the referee blows a whistle. It was either going to be a whistle for half time or a penalty with how she'd won that contact, to be fair. 8 points each. I mean, what a half we've seen. 2 tries apiece. Smart and Roberts opening the score for London Broncos. Douglas and Dainty replying for the Leigh Leopards. 8 points each. And Leah, what were your thoughts on that first half?
Yeah, I think it was a great game of rugby, that first 40 minutes. I think London started the better of the two teams. I think they just looked like they was up from it from minute one, whereas Leigh just took a little bit of time to get into that game. And I think once Leigh had settled down, the game opened up a little bit more. And yeah, both teams have been gaining lots of metres when they've been starting the sets on their own line. So yeah, end to end.
Let's have a look at the best bits of this first half. I mean, I thought that the Broncos in particular were really good down their right hand side initially, and there's that first try from Smart. We'll have another look at it now, Leah.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's just they see where the space is, and I think they see the defenders come in, and the offload's great, and I love the dive from the winger.
It's a quality offload. And then the second try for the Broncos, well, it came off this kick. And this is coming straight from the Leah playbook, this. I'm giving it you.
Yeah, I think she did really well to catch the ball in the full there, and just ran to the 50s in the middle and just saw the space and managed to evade lots of Leigh defenders, and yeah, start really well.
And just a couple of tackles later, they've made the distance. The defence has been split. Defenders have been caught on the floor, and Roberts has just said, I'm having this one. Yeah,
she just put her head down there and thought, I'm backing myself here, and I'm going to get over that try line. I think that's what all good nines do when the markers are down.
Showed some strength there on the line as well, because there was players in the frame, wasn't there?
Yeah, she did. She did really well to get over them defenders.
And this was the first response. That play on.
Yeah, so Torin Blackwood there, she did really well to catch that ball and offload it, and a London player got a hand in there and was just touched it, so obviously it was back to one, and then Hattie Douglas got on the ball and finished it off.
I mean, to be fair with Douglas as well, she put herself in the frame. She never stopped moving, did she?
Yeah, she did. As a fullback, you want to be pushing all the time and be around where the ball is, so she's done really well.
Now, defence is always important, and I still don't know when I look back at this how Leigh were able to prevent Rebecca Kemble from touching down there.
Yeah, I'm not sure. They did really well to turn her on her back, and once you're on your back, it's really hard to get that ball on the floor, so great try saver.
And this came after Burke's run to the line and Dainty saying, give me that ball.
Yeah, she came back with a quick play of the ball, and yeah, Dainton was all over that and ready and thought, this is mine.
Oh, superb.
Great
game
finish.
And a great finish. 8 points each at half time. This one could go anywhere.
Yeah, it could, and when it's a draw at half time, it's like back to 0-0, isn't it? So yeah, so it's who's going to come out the strongest in this second half and finish the game off.
Leah, thank you for all your comments in the first half. We're going to take a very, very quick break and be back with all of your second half coverage. Don't go anywhere. So welcome back to the second half here at the Alexandra Stadium here in Birmingham, the National Championship final, and it couldn't be closer at half time. 8 points each between London Broncos and the Leigh Leopards, but I think what will avoid Leigh Leopards will be the way, certainly, that they were able to finish that first half. As again, in the first half, my name's Dave Parkinson, I'm alongside Leah Burke. And Leah, what do you think will have been said at half time?
Yeah, I think there'll be some strong team talks going on. I think both teams need to just reset and stick to the game plans in this second half and play like they know they can play. So I think, yeah, it's basically back to the beginning of the game, isn't it? 8-8 at half time, so everything's square.
So Salter gets us back underway. It's allowed to bounce and it trickles, and it was taken in there. And I tell you what, I think Greenfield was as surprised as anybody when instead it was taken in by Molly Young.
Yeah, I think she did really well to just let Molly Young take the ball there.
That's a great carry from Greenfield. Unlucky not to win a penalty. She was running as upright as she could as well. Crashes over that 30-metre line. It comes to that middle to Collins. Underrated first half from Collins, by the way. She was involved in a lot of the defensive work, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was. I think she just puts her body on the line, and she does strong carries and makes all the defensive decisions, and that's what her job is at second row, so I think she's doing really well.
Another former Wigan player in Lucy Johnson carrying the ball forward. Now it's out on the right with Burke, who slips that ball further wide to Storm Cobain. Now my second favourite name in rugby league. Melvin kicks forward on the last. I tell you what, they had to retreat for it, but it ended up being a confident take in the end, and advanced forward by Rebecca Smart. She nearly got caught out.
Yeah, she did really well to take that ball there and run the ball back. Good chase from Leigh. Just
a minute into this new half. Still no change at half time. 8 points each. Adam Williams, our match official, he's keeping a keen eye on proceedings as London Broncos bring the ball out from their own end. Picked up by Wallace from dummy half, and that's a really good hit up, because in the first half I get the feeling she would have bounced away from that first contact.
Yeah, I think so. I think Leigh have switched on to what she's doing, and just making sure they've got strong defence on her.
And this has been a real good restrictive set from the Leopards as well. They've kept London inside their own half. Last tackle signalled here. It comes back for the kick and it goes in. And it bounces, bobbles, trickles in behind Greenfield, who just watches it harmlessly bounce over the touchline, despite the strong run of Smart to try and get on the end of it. But really, she was chasing lost cause, I think. Yeah,
she was. I think you should always chase a kick, but I think Greenfield did really well there to let it just bounce out. But as you're chasing, you just never know if it's going to start bouncing inside, so you need to always chase a kick.
If there is a positive from putting that kick in, it does put Leigh under some pressure, because they're going to take possession just 25 metres from their own line.
Yeah, I think so. I think as the defensive set, you want to defend from not from a quick play. So this is from a set line. So London will be looking to put in some big defence here and not let them gain as many metres as they can.
Now I know with the pictures that you're seeing at home, you're just seeing, like them standing around waiting to play the ball. This is because we've got an injury stoppage in the background, isn't it, that our match official has gone across just to have a look at and make sure that she's going to be okay. There's some concern being shown there for the Broncos player.
Yeah, she is. She looks like she's getting it strapped up, so hopefully she'll be able to carry on.
This is where you get to see whether or not you're doing your strapping right, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think it's hard when you're the physio. You don't realise you're on the telly, do you? So just I'm sure she's doing a good job, and hopefully she'll be back out.
It's Ellie Taylor who's coming to the touchline. Hopefully it's not the last that we've seen of her, because she had a great first half.
Yeah, she did. She took a lot of big carries in, and yeah, she was getting London on the front foot. So hopefully she'll get assessed on the side of the pitch, and hopefully she'll be back out.
Big charge forward from Johnson for the Leopards, heading towards that 40-metre line inside their own half the field. Howard awaits dummy half duties, pops it to her right hand side to Milani, who hustles and bustles a further 5 metres down the ground. Dragged 3 defenders in as well, crucially. Fairly quick play the ball. Again, they come through the middle with Quinn. It's a good challenge. Just forcing the lead player back to halfway. Howard slips this ball to the left. It goes through out to Douglas, who loses possession. And this could be crucial, as they're storming away here are the London Broncos. Has she got enough? She has. Nicole Kennedy with the first try of the second half, intercepting and just about holding off the Leigh defence to open the scores in this new half.
Yeah, she did well there to stay switched on, and good run, good pick up, good run, and she did really well to hand off Kate Howard, who was chasing really hard and nearly got her just before the line. So great handoff there and a good finish.
I mean, that was such an exciting. Leigh were attacking with some really nice shape, actually, and then it was juggled straight into the hands. Lightning quick responses there from Nicole Kennedy.
Yeah, Kennedy did really well to get in Douglas's face then and put her off, and she just knocked it on, and luckily for Kennedy it fell into her arms and she managed to just race away and score the try.
Tell you what though, I think if there was another 10 metres she would have been caught.
Yeah, I think so. Like I said,
she was pleased when the line was coming up on her then.
Yeah, like I said, she got that handoff out and propelled herself to the try line, so she did well there.
So Salter just to the right hand side of the posts. Again with this deceptive breeze at this ground. Really posing issues for our kickers this afternoon. She's also strangely got the sun and the shade to contend with there as well. Sets her sights, does Salter. One last look at the ball. Draws in the breath. Starts a run up, right footed. Strikes it. Strikes it well too. It's a goal that's been added. It stretches the advantage out to 14 points to 8. And it's in favour of the London Broncos. Nerves of steel.
Yeah, it's a great kick there. Good accuracy.
So back to the halfway line with the Leopards. It's an early blow that for the Leopards, but as you mentioned, notoriously slow starters.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's a great kick-off.
Yeah, Leigh have got the win this half, so I think you can see the difference it makes from a kick-off set. Now it's a goal line dropout and see where this ball goes.
That was a clever kick from Melvin, that, because she looked like for all the world, it was going to go down the middle, and then she's angled the kick out to the left instead.
Yeah, I think so. I think next time there's going to be a kick-off set, especially with this win now. London will be on that dead ball line, ready for that long kick.
And the breeze just getting a hold of that one. It only reaches just past the 20-metre line. Morris takes it in, stopped on that mark. Douglas at dummy half, slips the ball to Johnson. She rumbles her way forward, 12 metres out from the line, directly in front of the post. There's a good line up to the Leigh right. All on way to our match official, so another set of tackles coming up for the Leopards. As Milani bounces off one, bounces off two, backing her way to the try line. She's held 2 metres out. Howard, head on a swivel, checking left, checking right, seeing what's on. She'll go to the left. Lovely ball, one-on-one, and Leigh over the line. An instant response. Molly Young crashes through, and that was really, really well worked.
Yeah, it was a great line from Molly Young there, and good pass from Leah Morris, seeing where the gap was opening, and yeah, passed it to a centre, and it just opened for her, and she just needs to put the ball down.
And you commented about her coming back into this side this year with a renewed confidence. That's her 18th try of the season, and let's just look how that came again. Sometimes you don't need to say anything. That was just brilliant work from Morris in particular, and that line. There's no stopping a line like that, is there?
No, there isn't, and it's good shape from that. Spotted a gap on the blind side, and yeah, it was great shape, and you have the second row dropping under, and then the space opening for the centre. So yeah, very good from Leah Morris and Molly Young. So
it's 3 tries each. The only difference on the scoreboard at the moment is that successful kick from Salter. Can Melvin convert? There's still nothing to choose between these sides, is there?
No, there isn't, and that's what's making this game exciting. I think watching as a neutral, you don't know who's going to win, so I think it's already been a good game of women's rugby, so yeah, we've still got plenty of time to go. So
Melvin setting herself for this kick. Oh, I tell you what, that's a much better looking kick. The flags are raised, 14 points each. Goal number 98 of the season.
Yeah, great kick. You can see her smiling there. I think she's really happy with that one, and yeah, she's done very well to get that over.
14 points each now. That is a great strike. deadly accuracy. There's ice running through those veins.
Yeah, definitely, and I think she'll be happy with that going forward. So hopefully give her a bit more confidence, and yeah, we'll see what she's got in this half.
So Salter back on the halfway line for the Broncos. They'll look to get a good chase on this kick. National Championship Rugby League here on the RFL YouTube channel. Dave Parkinson alongside Leah Burke. And it's 14 points each, nothing between these two sides as the Leopards take control of possession 10 minutes into this second half. It's a big run forward once again from Johnson. She'll play this ball to Howard, who goes to Milani. Oh, big run. Knocks off the first tackler, offloads. Morris picks up and goes again. Manages to make a couple more metres from where Milani was able to offload over on this left-hand side of the field. Brought back through the middle with Quinn. Over the halfway line. Solid response this from the Leopards. Lucy Johnson again. Puffing the cheeks, saying give me the ball, I'll get you 10 metres, which is what she does. Last tackle of the set coming right up now. Goes to Burke. Burke goes wide to Douglas. They're running it on the last. They've got players over as well. Douglas has stepped into the space. She's looking for an offload. The offload comes in. They're trying to smuggle the ball out, but somehow the Broncos are able to stop the movement.
Yeah, it was a good spot there. The winger had dropped back, so there was space rather than just kick it like you would just normally think, but it was great vision to run that ball in the last play there. So yeah, London's starting to sit on the 10-metre line.
I like seeing plays like that because they're against the norm. You don't expect that sort of play to happen, and that's again one of the beauties of watching women's rugby league, because sometimes you get the unexpected.
Yeah, I think so. I think sometimes everyone just thinks you take 5 carries and a kick on last, but sometimes it's the space is there to play on last, and so it's a good option to take.
And it's nice that both of these sides have the confidence to do that. We've seen that in buckets, haven't we, in this game?
Yeah, it is, and yeah, both sides are into the game now and playing like they want to play, so yeah.
It's another huge carry from Wallace, put down on the halfway line virtually. Broncos coming forward. Again, it's no risk rugby, but it's proved pretty effective to get them out of their own end. Oh, I don't think Mueller will thank her for that pass, and I don't think Salter will thank Mueller for that pass either as the kick comes in. It all seemed a bit rushed, a bit haphazard.
Yeah, I don't think she wanted that pass there, but they did well to get to the kicker and gain some metres with that kick, and now Leah starting just after the 20-metre line.
And it's Douglas again, beats the first, as we've seen her do so often. Tackle just outside her own 30-metre line. Blackwood with the next run, controlled by 2. Midway between the 40 and halfway. Burke inspiring Leigh to go down the right side and pick up some further metres. Here comes Dainty, already scored 1 try today, up as far as the 30-metre line. Last tackle signalled. Melvin with the kick. Oh, that's a swirler.
Good kick.
It's a really, really good kick. And it forces an error from Rebecca Smart, who was, well, she was without error in the first half, wasn't she? She was absolutely brilliant, but this breeze makes it a lottery.
Yeah, it is, and I think that ball's swirling in the air there, and I think sometimes you have too much time to catch it, and I think that's where she was there, and I think the ball was just swirling above her and she couldn't quite get underneath it. So good chase, good kick. Now London have got to defend this from the 10 metres out.
And it's going to be a scrum as well, so you've got a real chance to work your back line here, haven't you?
Yeah, you have, and I think in this set here, I'd just be saying complete the set, we've got the ball, let's just see what happens.
I'm looking at that space that's outside those posts. That's so inviting.
Yeah, it is, but let's see if London can get the line speed and close that gap.
Well, Douglas has split the first tackle. So close to the line. She'll play this ball to Howard. Howard will send it right. Burke draws the defence to her. Can she find an offload? The defence is pretty solid. Stops that ball being moved. There's still space on that right-hand side, you know. Leigh bringing it back towards the middle. There's space down this left-hand side as well, to be honest.
Yeah,
they're bunching in the middle. Oh, Morris showing the confidence, a show and go of her own. 5 metres out from the line. Howard picks up, goes left to Collins. Collins is on the line. She's just stopped shy.
Great defence there from London to stop her from getting over the try line.
Last tackle. It goes to Dainty. Dainty fancied a second. And that is some great defence. As you mentioned, they looked like they were rocking a couple of times there, London, but somehow came up with the stops.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you're tighter in defence, but if you've got that line speed there, then you can't let Leigh then pass it out. So if you've got the line speed, they're not going to be able to get it out into them gaps.
Oh, an offload. That's a risky offload, to be honest, from Kennedy. And Leigh really pushing forward in defence. Here's McCusker. Finds a gap behind the play of the ball, however. Makes some really good metres out to the 20. 14 points each. 15 minutes of the second half gone. Salter with a decent carry from dummy half. They're settling their way into this set at the moment, the London Broncos. Wallace with the next carry. Leigh will be pretty happy with the way that they have responded in this set. It'll be taken left. Another thunderous run forward. And the tackle is made on the halfway line. It's the last one of the set. It comes left. Kick comes in from Treco. It's hung in the breeze. Bell gets her arms on it and has knocked on.
That comes with a good kick pressure there of, I think it was Storm Cobain, put this kick pressure on the kicker, so it was quite a shallow kick, and yeah, the winger didn't manage to take that clean and knocked it on. So Leah coming now from their 40-metre line. I
mean, these are often things that go unnoticed, don't they, by a lot of people who just watch the game. You know, the things like kick chases and how many players go forward on kick chases and pressures and things like that.
Yeah, definitely. I think that makes a difference. I think as a kicker, if someone's running at you at full speed, it just puts you off a little bit and you can't put your kick where you want it to go. And I think they're the little 1% differences that make a massive difference in the outcome of the game.
And I've got to say as well, I mean, how many carries in a game does Dogus take? It's like she's there. I'm sure there's 2 of her out on that field.
Yeah, definitely. I think she loves running that ball in and loves getting her hands on the ball. So every time she carries the ball, she makes meters. So
a really quick play the ball from Leigh. It's caught London offside. And they'll come forward towards the 20-metre line. Interesting decision to be made here. I think she was wanting to tap it initially, but then Melvin said, no, we'll have another goal, we'll have a shot here.
Yeah, it's right in front of the sticks, and like we said before, she's got the win, so I think she's hoping that she's got the distance on this and the accuracy.
And it's also such a close game, this one, that you get the feeling it's going to be decided by a point or 2 points either way, don't you?
Yeah, I think so, and yeah, these are the big decisions that need to be made in finals, and I'm sure there'll be someone shouting from the sideline to tell her to kick this one. So yeah, let's see what happens.
So Melvin lining this one up, as Leah said, directly in front of the post, 25 or so metres away from the line. The noise has dropped and the wind has dropped as well.
Yeah, I think at this point you need, as the attacking team, you can't switch off. You have to chase this kick because you don't know where it's going to go. Hopefully, it goes over the post, but I think both defensively and attack, you can't switch off because there's many outcomes of this from this.
So let's have a look all round at what will happen with this one. Notice Kim Seddon has gone out on the field for the Leopards. She's taken a place on the left wing. So Melvin steps up now, and the flags are raised. Leigh have the front for the first time in this game. They lead by 16 points to 14.
Yeah, I think sometimes when you go in front, it's a bit more, you're winning mentally then. I think they've not been in front in this whole game, so maybe that'll help with confidence in this set now. So yeah, we'll see what the reset has to offer.
What do you think will be going through the thoughts out there now, 20 minutes into the second half of the London Broncos, first of all?
I think they just need to, when they get the ball, just complete the sets, and they just want to defend well and just hope that they force a Leigh error and get the ball back in good field position.
Doga starting this attack. This is what I said with her, thinking that there's two of her out there, because she's just drifted across from a full-back position to take that ball.
Yeah, I think where she stands from the kick-off, so obviously they kicked straight to her then, so she was the first one with hands on the ball and ran it back well.
Play the ball will come in just less than 30 metres away from the Leigh line. It's another good surge forward. Is that Blackwood off a wing?
Yeah, there's Blackwood carrying the ball, gaining plenty of metres, and there's Greenfield as well. I think she might have come into the middle of the field. I'm not sure what position she's gone to, maybe 13.
Oh, Leigh spreading the ball down the right-hand side. The defence just about catches up with Melvin. Ended up being a good hit from Bell too. Last tackle. Burke puts boot on ball. Oh, it's an interesting kick. The way that's bouncing, it could go in Leigh's favour. And the Broncos just about get to it. I think a heart was in her mouth then for the London standoff Gemma King.
Yeah, you always say you should never let a rugby ball bounce. So, yeah, it's bounced in their favour there and London have got the ball back.
Just over the hour mark, Leigh in front by 16 points to 14. Hope you're enjoying the coverage this afternoon on the RFL YouTube channel. We're delighted to be bringing this coverage to you this afternoon from the Alexandra Stadium here in Birmingham. Oh, that was a lovely little pass coming in there from Polly Roberts. And to be fair, London looked the most dangerous when Roberts was on in the first half, didn't they?
Yeah, they did, and I think she just quickens everything up around the ruck, and she drops people over and trying to spot markers that are just switched off a little bit.
Oh, that's a scrappy pass though on the last. Shuffling back to collect it is Chloe Alcorn, who gets rid of the ball, and it's a decent kick really in the end from Salter.
Yeah, it is, considering how far back the ball went then, but yeah, good kick, and start the set again in Leigh's half.
It's a couple of times that London have improvised, shall I say, on the last tackle. It doesn't look quite as neat. Is that perhaps a message that you'd be wanting to get out there from a coaching point of view?
Yeah, I think so. I think they just look like they're panicking a little bit on last, so just need to settle again and get the ball in the kicker's hands.
It was a good run that down the right hand side from Burke. Now they're bringing it back towards the middle of Leigh, making some good metres. And again running from dummy half, this time is Howard. Wrapped up. Last tackle, 20 metres away from the line. Greenfield sends it to the left, looking for Morris. Morris has spilled it, however, and it's a knock-on on the last. They'll be disappointed with the way that they're conceding possession there, won't they, Leigh?
Yeah, I think so. Greenfield was in at 9, and the pass just wasn't the one that Leah Morris wanted. So, yeah, they'll have to just defend a bit further up the field than he was expecting. So
Broncos bringing the ball out through Lauren Mueller. He's won more than a couple of penalties by running the ball that way. So London will tap. Referee says, wait for my whistle. It's like gladiators, you can go on my first whistle.
Yeah, I think the ref needs to get back in the defensive line before she can tap it.
And she does tap it in the end and goes forward again, does Mueller. Roberts slips the ball right. There's Ellie Taylor. Good that she's back on the field.
Yeah, I think London will be thankful that she's recovered from that injury and is back on the field.
Here's Rebecca Smart, another good run towards the middle of the field, but Leigh controlling the pace of this set at the moment. That's a great run coming in though.
Yeah, back into the ruck. Look like they're getting metres when they're coming back under and into the ruck area.
And it's Kennedy. Every time Kennedy gets her hands on the ball, you feel that something could happen for London, don't you?
Yeah, she's a strong runner, and yeah, she's gaining metres every time she's carrying the ball. So yeah, she's an exciting player to watch.
So the Broncos will tap this one. It's taken forward by Salter. I think she was eyeing up who she was going to target in the defensive line. Ends up making 10 metres. Roberts out to dummy half. Slips it to this right hand side to Mueller. Inside the 20 metre line she goes. 3 players in the stop for Leigh. Almost 65 minutes of the game gone. Roberts feeds the ball right, dropped back by King. Looking for Kennedy. Kennedy stopped inside the 10. They're moving forward with a bit of gusto at the moment to the Broncos. Run coming in from Emily Hughes. Just a couple of metres shy of the line. Roberts sends it to the left. It's been knocked forward by the Broncos, and that was good defence from Leigh.
Yeah, it was. It was good pressure on that line there. I think when you put under that kind of pressure on your try line, errors come, and that's what's happened there for London. So good defence, obviously, after 2 penalties given away by Leigh.
You've got to be so precise when line speed is coming at you. You're attacking, you're passing. It's got to be so precise, hasn't it? So accurate.
Yeah, it has. And I think people sometimes underestimate the effect of good line speed. So Leigh did it really well there and forced that error.
So it's still the Leopards who lead in this one by 16 points to 14. It's a scrum just 10 metres from the Leigh line. Head and feed to the Leopards who take possession. Douglas. First runner from the scrum. First runner at any opportunity, to be fair. She was once upon a time in the Warrington system, wasn't she, I think?
Yeah, I think so. I think she played for Warrington Lunars. It was at the time. So, yeah, back when maybe a couple of seasons ago. So, yeah, it's good to see her playing for Leigh.
And that's another good penalty that Leigh have been able to win. Just a little bit over-enthusiastic by the Broncos defence, who spent too long in the tackle, certainly for our referee, Mr. Williams. His liking, anyway.
Yeah, I think so. I think if you look at the area of the field, you can't get 6 again in that area, so it's a straight penalty when you stay in the ruck too long.
Good run forward by the Leopards. 30 metres away from their own line. Lucy Johnson back on her feet and plays it. Now Collins following up through that middle. Greenfield out of dummy half, slipping the ball to Dainty. One thing in these last 3 plays, the metres have looked easy for Leigh.
Yeah, I think so. They've got on a bit of a roll. And
back to Douglas. Douglas slipping the line. Oh, almost getting through. She's still pumping the legs. Gets inside that 20-metre line down the right-hand side. And the defence eventually catches up with her. But it's all last gasp for London Broncos. Leigh on the front foot. Dainty charging forward. That was an audacious dummy from Dainty, that then.
Yeah, it was. She gained a few more metres with it as well. So
she did. Last tackle. Morris out to Douglas. Douglas attacking the line. Has got her arms free. Tries to offload. But that ends up being a really good defensive play from London Broncos, who, well, they were certainly bruised and battered, but they didn't give way, did they?
No, they didn't. London did really well there. But I think when it comes to last tackle, I think some teams always think something needs to happen on it, but turning them over in that bit of the field is still a bonus if you can keep them there.
I think it shows great patience and control in a game, to be fair.
Yeah, it does, and that's where the experience comes into it. You need someone to be controlling from the middle.
And certainly Leigh attacking with their defence. Johnson really putting all her weight into the challenge, and then the offload came. But I get the feeling they're rattled at London.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think they've been able to settle into this second half. I think Leigh have been completing their sets and not letting London play like they was in the first half. So yeah, I think London need a good set here. So gain some metres and get down the field.
First carry for Siobhan Longdon Hughes. It's a forceful run as well. 3 players called into that ruck. Roberts has a bit of space, sends it wide. Running chance here. Jazz Rampton. Ball goes loose. We have play on. I mean, it was a bit scrappy as it ended up going out to that wing.
Oh yeah, they managed to get her in touch there. So yeah, good effort from Leigh there.
And I was going to say probably what it. Oh, it's ended up being a penalty to London.
Yeah, London penalty.
Is that for dragging into touch?
Maybe,
possibly?
Yeah. It's hard to see from this side of the pitch.
It's hard to see from this side of the pitch. Yeah. I think I need to get myself a pair of binoculars for next season. So tattoo taken by the Broncos, who continue to come forward, but Mr. Williams suggests it wasn't taken from the correct spot. So Treco goes all the way back and does exactly the same thing. Doesn't gain as much metres this time either.
No.
The Leigh defence was up to it.
Yeah, I'm sure they knew what she was going to do.
So from dummy half, the attack, it's Bell. Drives forward beyond that 30-metre line. Can Leigh hold out? Can London put something a bit more constructive together? Well, Rampton with a brilliant bit of play, brilliant run, going all the way to the line. It didn't need the constructive, it needed the athletic and the speed, and Rampton has just rampaged her way over the line, and the Broncos lead by 18 points to 16 with 10 minutes remaining.
Yeah, very good run there, and I think she just kept accelerating every time she beat a defender. She got quicker, so as that try line was getting closer, she wanted it even more, so very good run there.
This was a brilliant run. I mean, it looked like there was nothing on, and then a little bit of footwork, surge, pace, into the backfield, and when she got one-on-one with Dogus, there was only one winner, wasn't there?
Yeah, it was a great run. I think when you've got the momentum and you're running at someone stood still, it's just a little bit of footwork around them and score the try. I think she did really well to step inside, outside, and got past a good few number of Leigh defenders.
The 4th try for the Broncos this afternoon. And perhaps more importantly as well, it's just to the side of the post too. So
yeah.
Salter, hopeful of turning this 4 into 6.
Yeah, I think the kicker will be happy that she scored around the sticks rather than out wide. So let's see what she can do here.
She'll take all of the time allotted to her here and perhaps a little bit more, will Salter. And to tell you the truth, I don't blame her one iota.
Yeah, no, I think this is the time where game management comes into it. I think you only need to win the game once, as the cliche is. So, yeah, use as much time as you can and take every second.
A couple of Leigh fans trying to put her off from the crowd. That respectful silence that I talked about earlier, it's been broken for this kick.
It's not there anymore.
Salter studying those posts. Knows the importance of this kick. In she comes. Will it be 2 points? No, it won't. 18 points to 16. I gave her the big build-up.
Yeah, it looked like it was going over from here, though.
Like it was going over. Yeah, it did. It'd be a shame if this one comes down to goal kicks, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I think Leigh will be glad that they took that penalty now. Before, I know they are 2 points behind, but it's only 2 points. It's a try, isn't it, rather than a converted try.
Yeah, currently London Broncos 18, Leigh Leopards 16 in this first national championship final. Ooh, and is that an error from the Broncos? We're playing on. Referee waves all on. She could get hauled into touch here.
She looked like she gave herself up there.
She did. I'm very surprised that we are playing on, to be fair. Oh, that's a high tackle. And I think that's about the 3rd or 4th penalty which Mueller has won. And it is because of the way that she runs this ball, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think she's running it strong, so I think the defenders are just trying to get any bit of her body, and at the minute it's looking like it's ahead every time.
So they tapped it, and they go again through Kennedy, the London Broncos. Much sterner defence on that occasion from Leigh. Douglas barking orders from the back. It's being run forward now out of dummy half by Smart. She'll pick up 15 metres for her troubles. Polly Roberts checking what's onto her left hand side. Good running, that one from Hughes. 2 Welsh players combining there within the Broncos ranks to drive over the halfway line. On the short run on this right hand side is Siobhan Longdon Hughes. Leigh having a devil's own job to try and contain her. Makes a couple of metres beyond contact. Referee says you've pinched 2 metres there that you can't have. Go back, play the ball. But the Broncos still on the front foot. Roberts lines up the pass to her left to Hughes again. In particular, those 2 players are linking up brilliantly for the Broncos in these stages. Last tackle. It comes right. King, ball in hand, flicks the ball back, and it's a knock on from Nicole Kennedy. The error came in, but the defence was ferocious from Leigh.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot from London though. I think they wanted to play it on the last, but Leigh did really well to see that and get up in the faces and force the error.
I know this is quite a stern time of the game, and you know we're not sure who the winner's going to be. What about your players of the match? Where's your nomination going to go for this one, Leigh?
Oh, that's going to be hard right now. I think after there's been a lot of good players on both teams, but
I'll let you get your thinking cap on and maybe come back to you in the next couple of minutes. Then in that case.
I think we're better wait to see how this unfolds.
Howard with the run to the halfway line. Greenfield drags defenders in. Makes some hard-fought meters. 40 out from the line. Leigh coming down the left-hand side with Morris. She lines it up. And it's a good tackle there on Molly Young. Last tackle here for the Leopards. Ball moved into Morris. Gets her kick away. It's an angled one. Bell's allowed it to bounce. It's bouncing, it's trickling. She eventually gets it, but the line speed is brilliant. It's forcing her back over her own line. And it's going to be a dropout from under the post. Great
defence there from Leigh. I think that is the positive outcome of that set. I think they've done really well to force a goal line dropout. And London were defending well, but great bodies in there and driving her back over the try line.
Fair play that from Melvin. She really did put a body on the line there, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. And I think she was hoping that her other teammates were coming in around her, and they did. And forced that, and see where this kick goes now.
So Salter gets her way behind her own line. Broncos ready themselves for the dropout. 18 points to 16 in the Broncos' favour. Dropout just about clears the 20-metre line. Morris goes on the attack. 15 metres out from the line. 5 metres from the touchline. She'll play this. And Greenfield gets it infield looking for Collins. Put down on the 10. Is it building for the Leopards? I'm seeing loads of space out to that right-hand side. Mullaney with another good carry, offloads. There's danger here. Greenfield ducks for the line. Just stopped 2 metres shy. Howard sends it right. Burke keeps it moving. Douglas tries to slip her way through the challenge, but it's excellent defence there from Treco in particular. But the danger hasn't gone away. And Leigh trying to force their way over. McCosh just about held short. Certainly knocking on the door. Last tackle. Here comes Mullaney. Mullaney for the line. She's got there as Mullaney. Wow.
Great run from Claire there. I think she just thought, give me that ball. I'm getting over this try line. No one's stopping me. And she's just done really well. There was a lot of defenders around her, and she just barged her way over and managed to get it over.
Oh, I've got goosebumps on the back of my neck now. I mean, this could be going anywhere.
Yeah, it could. It's exciting. That's why we didn't pick player of the match before. So, yeah. Anyone's game now.
So, Mullaney scoring that try.
Big task now for Melvin to get this kick and take it to a 4-point lead.
There was just a sheer will and want there for Mullaney. Has achieved so much in rugby league. Played for so long, a lengthy, illustrious career. And scoring the try that has put the Leopards in front by 20 points to 18 with this kick to come. See, as far as I'm concerned, it looks like we're actually into time added on. We're certainly approaching it. We've got the last minute of normal time on our clocks. We're in the hands of the match official. So Melvin. Attempts the conversion. Oh,
that wind's just knocked it off.
It has, yeah. What a bit of what a bit of we was drawing our breath then, waiting for the kick, and what an anticlimax.
Yeah.
Okay. So Melvin strikes the goal.
Good
The
kick.
flags are raised. 22 points to 18. Right, player of the match. I'm sort of thinking, you know, does it go the way of a Leigh player? Who's impressed you from a Leigh point of view this afternoon?
I think there's been a lot of people who've impressed me. I think Hattie's had her hands on the ball a lot. I think Melvin's scored kicks when it's been when she's needed to kick the goals. Obviously, Claire Maloney's made a massive impact coming off the bench and with big runs. But yeah,
And from a London point of view, who's
from a
impressed
London
you?
point of view, yeah, obviously Kennedy's played really, really well, and she's made some great runs and great meters. And yeah, Ellie Taylor has made some great impacts and as well. So yeah, it's a tough decision today because I think there's plenty of people who have played really well.
I don't want to influence you in any stretch of the way here, but you know, I think for sheer work rate on the ball, Hattie Douglas has got to be perhaps in there. Would you agree?
Yeah, I think so. I think she's took the carries when she's needed to take the carries, and she's put a hand up when it's been a tough carry as well. So yeah, I think the player of the match today, yeah, is Hattie Douglas.
So that is our player of the match here on the RFL YouTube channel this afternoon. The Leigh #1, Hattie Douglas. Leigh, meanwhile, being awarded a penalty. They'll certainly feel that one, won't they? They'll be really glad to get that penalty and to stay hold of the ball.
Yeah, I think so. Like, you don't know how long's left. They know it's close to the end of the game, so I think it's just a case of getting through the set, finish the set on a positive way, and making London come out of their own half. So yeah, if I was Leigh now, I'd just be like, keep all the ball and we'll just run it in.
Yeah, Leigh over the halfway line through Kieran McCosh. It's as if they're listening to you, Leah, to be fair.
Good game management. There's Claire Maloney. She's took a few carries in this set. As you can see, her experience is rubbing off on this team.
Out dummy half comes Howard. Goes to Greenfield. It's another good surge that from Greenfield, actually. Last tackle. Leigh up by 4 points. He comes down this left side. Here's Douglas taking on the line, offloading brilliantly. Running forward now is Young. Young going for the line. Oh, so close. 5 metres out. That's a great place to turn over, though, given the situation.
It is a great place. I'd be saying kick that ball out.
What
on
do we
that
know?
last tackle, yeah, kick that ball out against it.
And what defence from dummy half as well. London, less than 10 metres away from their own line. Roberts picks up. Roberts goes to the right. The tackle is a good one from Greenfield. Referee checking his stopwatch. Sounding his whistle, and Leigh have done it. They're in to the final next week, where they will take on the Featherstone Rovers, for who will either go up or stay into Super League. But more importantly, today, the national champions.
Yeah, that's massive. What a game that was. I think what a game of Women's Rugby League. I think London should be really proud of themselves for that. I think both teams competed for the full 80 minutes there, and Leigh have come out on top. You can see the experience from Leigh riding that game out and scoring so close to the end, and just taking the win right at the end. So well done to Leigh Leopards, and commiserations to London Broncos, but they should be really proud of themselves, and they're an exciting team, so hopefully in the future we'll see a lot more of them.
You know what, that was an epic clash, a really epic clash. Let's take you through the scorers. So Smart and Roberts gave London an 8-0 advantage early on in the first half. Douglas and Dainty crossed to level things at half time. We'll have a look at the second half tries now, which will just break off. And this was the first one from Kennedy.
Yeah, it was. She did really well to read that Hattie Douglas was getting the ball, and the ball fell into her arms, and she did really well to race down halfway from the pitch and fend Kate Howard off and score a try.
It was this first sort of 5-10 metres where she got away, to be honest. And then I think, again, had this pitch been just 10 metres longer, Leigh would have just about caught her, but she was glad that the line was coming up there.
Yeah, I think it was. I think the effort was really there from Leigh and London. She did very well to race down the pitch.
And this is that class pass which came from Leah Morris down this left side, and Molly Young charging through.
Yeah, I think the gap opened up, so the other player dropping underneath, and which the defensive players read the ball, and you could see you could see the gap open up, and London are so tight on that defensive line there. And yeah, Molly's probably screaming for the ball there and being like, give it me, I can see a massive gap in front of me and I'm going to score.
And then here come the Broncos.
Yeah,
this was brilliant from Rampton.
It was very good. Like, look how many defenders she gets past and just weaving her way through that line and finishing it off in a really great way. So well done to her there. And thought the way that she runs onto the ball, she's steaming onto it, and she could just get around the defenders. Everyone's reaching for her, and she's just stepping around them all.
If there was a try of the game, that's my pick.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was a great individual try.
But they all count for 4 points, don't they? And Claire Mullaney, using all of her experience, brute force, getting her through the line.
Yeah, really well done to Claire Mullaney there. And like I said, all the experience, and she's just thought, give me that ball, I'm going to power over all these, and I'm going to score this try for the team. And you can see how happy they all are, and they all know that how close it was to the end. So very good from both sides.
And there's been massive celebrations amongst the Leigh players. 22 points to 18 is how they have proved victorious in the end. There's been commiserations amongst the London Broncos players. They played their full part, and like you said, they've got an exciting future, haven't they, if they can keep these players together?
Yeah, they have, and I think London is like, they look like they've got a good group of girls, and they look like they all enjoy playing with each other, and they play exciting rugby. And I just think that the experience probably let them down a little bit. I think Leigh have played a lot more games this year and understand what it is to ride out a game. And London are an exciting team, and hopefully we'll see more of them in the future. I know they take part in the Challenge Cup, so it's always nice to see London Broncos having a women's team. I
love this sporting nature as well at the end. You've just bashed everybody for 80 minutes and then it's all handshakes and thank you very much.
Yeah, I think so, and that's what's nice about the game. Like, you are opponents for 80 minutes, but you respect each other at the end of the game, and they both know that they've been in a battle, and Leigh know exactly how London are feeling right now. So it is heartbreak, but there always has to be a winner.
Now, viewers back home will see Kelly Morris in your screens at the moment with the on the crutches, and she has played most of the games this season, and unfortunately in the final last week badly broke her leg. So the team have done it for her as well, haven't they?
Yeah, they have, and obviously Leah Morris is a daughter, so it's nice having a mother-daughter partnership on the pitch. But yeah, unfortunately she broke her leg last week, and yeah, I think it probably, for the Leigh team, it's hard to see one of your teammates break their leg badly. So yeah, it's nice to see her on the pitch and celebrating with the girls.
And the Broncos coming over to take the thanks of their fans. They played their full part as well, haven't they?
Yeah, they really did. There's a nice little crowd on today, and they have been loud for both teams, so it's nice seeing that, and nice seeing, I'm sure it's all the friends and families coming down and supporting both teams.
I mean, you know yourself, don't you, Leigh? It's important getting that family, that family support, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is really important. Like, as a player, you need your family to support you and all your friends, and just everybody needs that support system. So it's always nice having a crowd. And I think when a crowd's loud, it makes a massive difference. You turn to them and just appreciate the cheering noise, and sometimes they are the extra player on the pitch.
So there's all this readiness for the after-match presentations, and Leigh will now come across and take the thanks and congratulations from their families and supporters.
Yeah. I think you can see the smiles on the faces. They know that that's the second tick on the finals list. So yeah, one more to go next week, and I'm sure they'll be better for it for that competitive game today.
Wow, let's take you through these scorers again whilst they're still just preparing for these final presentations. So Smart and Roberts giving London the perfect start, 8 points to 0 at that stage. Leigh fighting back to 8, all at half time thanks to Douglas and Dainty. In the second half there was the intercept try from Kennedy after 45 minutes. Molly Young responding for Leigh just a couple of minutes later. The goals from Slater and Melvin again kept the sides locked up at 14 points each. Melvin nudged over what was at the time an important penalty after 58 minutes to put the Leopards in front 16-14, and then Rampton with that superb try 10 minutes from the end, but it wasn't enough to hold Leigh at bay. Mullaney crossing over the line and the conversion from Melvin, making this the 28 points to 18 and setting up these wonderful scenes that we've got in front of us.
Yeah, it is really nice to see the celebrations, and yeah, I think it's just today's been a good celebration of women's rugby. Obviously, we're now in Birmingham. Leigh have come up from the north, London have come up from the south, so it's nice to see everybody celebrating. I know how heartbreaking that is for London, but they should be really proud of themselves.
And I think, and you know, it's always hard right at the moment, isn't it, to think, you know, in defeat. But you've got to think a little bit later on with a bit of clarity how important steps that they're taking for rugby league.
Yeah, it's massive, and like now it's going to hurt a lot, but like going forward they're going to learn a lot from this. And yeah, and like for Leigh last year they lost in that final, and they don't want to feel that pain again, so they've learned from that and moving forward. So yeah, it's exciting for London to be in this position and be put on this stage.
I wish I could see what was on this banner, which has been unveiled from the stand here. It needs to be turned round so we can at least have a look at it. Oh, here we go.
I think it says Leopards on it.
Leopards believe, or something like that, was it? We might get another look at it.
Yeah.
So, both sides will reconvene now.
Be the Raw, I think it says.
Be the Raw. It's certainly the Leigh club motto over these last couple of years since Leopards came into being. I mean, it's exciting from a Leigh club point of view as well, isn't it? That you know, the women's team have this potential now to emulate the men's side, and they've got a shot at Super League.
Yeah, I think so. I think they was really disappointed last year that they didn't achieve that last year, but I think this year they've regrouped and just gone again. I think they've learnt a lot from last season, and hopefully can carry that into the game next week against Featherstone.
Be the Raw. That is definitely what that reads. So we wait for the medals to be presented, but Leigh, Northern champions, and now national champions.
Yeah, it is. That's massive. And I know last week they were so buzzing that they achieved the Northern Championship, and this is the next step up, the national championship, and they can say that they are the winners of the championship in the country. So yeah, they'll be happy to lift a trophy again this week.
So we're going to have the presentation starting now, and it's the match officials who come forward first of all. So our match referee, Adam Williams, Lewis O'Brien and Innes Arnold receiving their mementos. We don't have a game without match officials, and the fact that we've not really talked about them a lot suggests that they've had good games.
Yeah, I think so. I think he refereed that really well, and I would say he just listened to his touch judges. So yeah, like I said, if you don't talk about the referee, then there's nothing controversial going on.
I think we've done well here because the actual player of the match has been nominated as Hattie Douglas as well.
Oh yeah, good.
Who's done really well here, so she'll step up to receive her memento. I love how she just held on for about a second there and then run off to the back of the to the back of the group again. So now, for every winner, of course, there is a runners-up. And London Broncos, who really gave their all in this clash, they'll come up to receive their runners-up medals. I think this is a real boost, actually, to the Rugby League calendar. I really like the idea of having a national championship final.
Yeah, I think it's really good. I think it gets to show the Southern League off as well as the Northern League. So I think it's exciting that they've put this in the calendar, and it shows that both leagues are competitive and they can compete with each other as the game showed today.
There's Rampton receiving her memento. Oh, I think that she had a hand in for player of the match as well, didn't she, with the way that she played for the Broncos. But it's been a really good effort, a great season on the whole for the Broncos. We defeated Cardiff Demons by 28 points to 8 in the Southern Grand Final. The second time in quick succession that they have lifted that trophy. And that's nice when staff get awarded these medals as well, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think the coaching staff, there would be no game without coaches, so the coaches should get as much reward as the players do on the pitch, because they allow the team to play like that.
And forward now come the Leopards to receive their winners' medals. So there's a player of the match, Hattie Douglas with the first, Charlotte Melvin. Goal kicking important. Claire Milani, who scored that all-important try at the end. And we've got a banner which has appeared in the middle of the field which says National Women's Championship winners. So you know by the time it gets to the end of this line, it's going to be Captain Mairead Quinn who will take the trophy and go and celebrate with her teammates.
Yeah, she will. I'm sure was looking forward to hopefully doing this again after last week. So yeah, it's an exciting time for them all.
I'm going to ask a silly question here, because obviously you've been part of a successful side for a number of years. This never gets boring, does it?
No, it never gets boring. You can never take it for granted, winning a trophy. And every time you win a trophy or a medal, it's you should always be buzzing about it, and it's always a great feeling being able to lift a trophy.
So Kieran Pirtle takes the medal. He's certainly a guy that's masterminded the success in the coaching ranks this season. Mairead Quinn will go to the middle. The top's gone, but it doesn't matter. There's the celebrations. What a moment for Leigh Leopards. She kisses the trophy. That is going to be such a well-travelled trophy by the end of the night, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. But that's not their job done, is it? They've got a massive game next week now, and I think they'll just be happy to get through today and then on to next week's against Featherstone.
But yes, Leigh Leopards successful this afternoon, lifting the National Women's Championship, and they've got to do it all again next week in prelude to the Betfred Women's Super League final, when they take on, as Leah rightly mentioned, Featherstone Rovers. The game afterwards is one that you'll hopefully be playing in as well. What are your thoughts ahead of it?
Yeah, which game? So the first game.
Both of them, I suppose.
Games. So the first game should be an exciting one, obviously, to test themselves against Featherstone, this Leigh Leopards team. I think they've learnt a lot from today. I think they'll take loads, but yeah, I'm really excited for the grand final next week against York, and obviously with it being at St Helens at the Totally Wicked Stadium, it's get as many people in as we can for both games, and hopefully there'll be a big crowd on, so really excited to showcase women's rugby.
Leah, it's been fantastic working alongside you. Thank you so much this afternoon.
Thank you.
I'll let the pictures now do the talking as Leigh Leopards celebrate winning the National Women's Championship in 2024.